I watched every MCU trailer and I'm going to rate them here. My rating is not based on the movie itself, just on how excited the trailer gets me to watch the movie, and how quality the trailer is as well. Also, I'm exclusively talking about the first trailers released for each project. With that being said, some of the first trailers from the earlier films are not the ones that have the most views, so the trailer I rate might not be the one you associate with that movie. But for consistency's sake, I still went with the first trailers released for each movie instead of the most popular. Some of these also aren't called teasers officially, but for the sake of the video, I just use the words teaser and trailer interchangeably. I'm rating these by release order, so let's start with the Iron Man trailer. The trailer for Iron Man is interesting because it was before anybody knew about the MCU at all. Similar to the movie, the trailer doesn't have the weight of the rest of the MCU on its shoulders, like a lot of the rest of these trailers. It also came out during a time where the teaser trailer was not as big of a deal, so it definitely just comes off like a standard trailer, as opposed to like the big first teaser trailer that we are accustomed to now. This isn't bad at all though. This trailer brings me back to the early 2000s and gets me excited to watch the movie again. The trailer gives some big plot points away, like Tony getting attacked and then building the suit in the cave, but the rest of the story really isn't in there. Just great action and character shots that a trailer should have. I give the Iron Man trailer 7 billionaire weapons manufacturers turned superheroes out of 10. The Incredible Hulk trailer is definitely of its time. I would say even more so than the Iron Man trailer. The font used for the lettering and how it cuts between the lettering and the shots of the movie, everything about it is just very, very early 2000s. All that being said, I do really enjoy this trailer. The Incredible Hulk trailer also doesn't have the weight of the rest of the MCU on it, so it does feel different than a lot of the other trailers. And it doesn't have the trusted excitement behind it from the rest of the MCU. This trailer doesn't give any story away other than what the average person already knows about the Hulk, which is great. The trailer is basically just like, you like the Hulk? You like edgy early 2000s vibes? Well, do we have the movie for you? This is a great trailer that I give 7 awkward actor recasting situations out of 10. The trailer for Iron Man 2 is great. It builds the hype from the first one really well and then doesn't really give any story away. We see Tony being Iron Man, we see Whiplash, we see Black Widow, and we also see Rhodey in and out of the War Machine suit. Also another awkward recast. We even see the Senate hearing, all without really spoiling any of the story. It is a little weird when they slowed the trailer down to introduce Whiplash as the villain.
You come from a family of thieves and butchers.
That's not something you really see in trailers today. All that being said, this is a really solid trailer that I give 8 more awkward actor recasting situations out of 10. The Thor trailer is very of its time, but unfortunately not in a good way. The choppy slow motion shots, the serious tone, the very cheesy CGI used for the text, and the music all are a bit off-putting. This trailer sells a very different movie than we end up getting. Thor is really funny and lighthearted a lot in the movie, and you do not get any of that from the trailer. To be fair, the Asgard stuff is pretty accurate in the trailer. It's just done in a way that does not get me excited at all to watch this movie, and I'm someone who really enjoys the first Thor movie. It was also really interesting that the end of the trailer specifically said in 3D and 2D in select theaters. They really wanted people to watch this one in 3D, I guess. The Thor trailer is just pretty neutral, I would say. It's not particularly bad, it just doesn't at all get me excited for the movie and doesn't really portray the movie well. So I guess it gets 5 shirtless Chris Hemsworths out of 10. The first Captain America trailer is bad. It literally tells the entire plot of the movie, and it has the cheesy text. Not as cheesy as Thor, but boy does this trailer give away the plot. I guess the redeeming thing is you do get an idea of what you're getting into when you watch the movie, but unfortunately it does that by revealing the entire plot. They even show the Red Skull reveal right in the trailer. I don't know what else to say, guys, other than it literally gives away the entire plot of the movie, and it's not even edited together in a cool or enticing way. This Captain America trailer really gets just a 2 villain reveals out of 10. The Avengers trailer is the last of the Phase 1 trailers, and it's really fun, and it does get me excited to watch the movie. Just the fact that all the characters are together in one trailer is really cool. And I remember seeing this trailer at the end of Captain America when I watched it for the first time, and I was extremely excited. It is still a trailer of its time though, which feels a bit strange going back because this movie holds up so well. That is honestly the case for a lot of these Phase 1 trailers, like I said before. The movies, I wouldn't say are products of their time, but their trailers definitely are. This is definitely the best of the Phase 1 trailers because of the hype that was surrounding it and those memories I have associated with it, but it really is just a straight up product of its time, and I can't really get over that, so I just have to give the Avengers trailer 8.5 Nick Fury saying there wasn't ideas out of 10. Now this is a trailer. Much like the Iron Man 2 trailer, this doesn't give much of the plot away at all. It's definitely better though, because it doesn't slow down at any point like the Iron Man 2 trailer. It just keeps showing you intriguing and exciting shots, building off of the hype from the first Iron Man movies and the Avengers. Really a great trailer that I have to give 9.5 hype for the Mandarin being the villain out of 10. This is the first trailer on the list that is actually labeled as a teaser, interestingly enough. Apart from that though, this trailer is just meh. It doesn't do much hype building, all the imagery is very gray and bland, and all the shots aren't too exciting at all. This is the lowest viewed trailer as well, not even cracking 1 million views. Pretty underwhelming teaser for a pretty underwhelming movie. I give Thor: The Dark World teaser 2 extremely bland color palettes out of 10. The Winter Soldier trailer is pretty decent. Definitely better than the trailer for the first movie. This one still reveals some things about the plot, like the elevator fight. This trailer doesn't blow me away or do anything wrong, really. It is just a serviceable trailer. Gets you a little excited, shows you some cool shots, and that is all it's doing. I give the Captain America: The Winter Soldier trailer 6 Robert Redfords in a Marvel movie out of 10. This trailer does a really good job at teasing the viewer and doesn't give any of the story away at all. It gives a good look at each character and a good sense of what the movie feels like. This doesn't have much hype to build off of other than the Marvel brand itself, since nobody even knew who these characters were. This trailer does a great job at not spoiling and getting people excited for characters that they've never heard of. The part towards the end where the beat from Hooked on a Feeling keeps going and we get some cool action shots edited in there is really well done. This is a great trailer and is really unique and stands out amongst the rest of the trailers we've seen so far. So I give it 9.5 flirt out middle fingers out of 10. This is easily the best teaser trailer we have watched so far. The music, the shots, the voiceover, this is an epic trailer that builds so much hype and is edited together extremely well. This is kind of the start of epic teaser trailers in the MCU, and boy did they set that standard high. They didn't reveal any plot details other than Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver were appearing and that Ultron was the villain. It shows a darker tone, and how they portrayed Ultron in this trailer is really compelling. You can feel the threat through this trailer. This is the first 10 creepily sung Pinocchio songs out of 10 on the list, and they did such a good job with this trailer. I love it so much. This is just another serviceable trailer. I would honestly say a little bit less than serviceable. Not at all exciting. It doesn't capture the vibe of the movie at all. The Ant-Man feels pretty lame, to be honest. The voiceover from Michael Douglas's character falls pretty flat. Some of the other trailers on this list that I said are just serviceable, have at least some exciting shots. The Ant-Man trailer seems like they're not even trying to show Ant-Man in action at all, and are just banking on Paul Rudd's face to sell the movie. But they don't even show him being funny or charming, which is why you would want to go see a Paul Rudd movie. I'll at least give it 4 Michael Douglas weird voiceovers out of 10. This is a really good teaser. I don't think it's better than the Age of Ultron teaser, but still not bad. Definitely the best of the Captain America teasers by far. The Civil War teaser does a good job at centralizing Captain America because he is in the title, instead of focusing on the other characters that show up as main characters in the movie. If I was trying to figure out the story just from this trailer, I would assume that Iron Man is a pretty small role in the movie because they didn't use him that much in this trailer, which is fine. I would say where it isn't as good as the Age of Ultron trailer is that we don't get the sense of threat in the Civil War trailer that we get in the Age of Ultron one. There are really cool shots throughout and some good Captain America voiceover, but you don't completely get the sense of what the stakes are. Another just plainly serviceable trailer, but with some great action thrown in there. I give the Civil War trailer 8 books of Bucky's trigger words out of 10. The Doctor Strange teaser is fine enough. It shares enough to intrigue you, but does not give much away at all. The shots of the Sanctum Sanctorum were great, not really any action shots though, but most of the shots that were included are very intriguing. Because this doesn't have any other movies to build off of other than the broader MCU, I think it does a good job at laying out the concept of magic in the MCU without flat explaining it. The Ant-Man teaser failed because it didn't show action, and the shots it did show weren't very intriguing. This one, the Doctor Strange trailer, doesn't really show action shots, but the shots it shows are very intriguing and visually interesting to look at, so it draws you in. I think I give it 6 shattered hands out of 10. The Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 trailer is very good. Because of the immense success and great reception of the first one, Volume 2 was very anticipated, and this trailer really builds on that anticipation well. There is no plot details at all in the trailer, and it is edited extremely well. How it is synced up with the song is really well done. The way the song is edited is really good too. Just a banger of a teaser trailer that does everything a teaser trailer should do. I give the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 teaser trailer 10 Yondu funerals out of 10. This trailer is fairly decent. The music behind it in the first part really captures the high school nature of the movie, and the inclusion of Iron Man in all of the marketing, I remember, was pretty memed on when this was coming out, but to be fair, in this first trailer, that isn't a huge part of it. Even though Iron Man is there, and there is that fake scene that was never in the movie at the end of the trailer, but I feel like they don't overdo it in this trailer like they did in some of the later marketing, so I don't put that against this first trailer. This is also the first of the list that has the infamous trailer before the trailer. That seems to be standard for a lot of big budget movies these days. The rest of the trailer, I'd say, is still pretty good though. The character and action shots are pretty good, and it builds up on the hype of Spider-Man showing up in Civil War. I would say I wish the trailer didn't switch tones towards the end with the more serious action shots. The Guardians Volume 2 trailer did a great job at keeping the music light even during the action shot, and I think this trailer would have been better if that's what they did here. I get that Homecoming does have some more serious moments in it, but I think the trailer would have been better served with the lighter high school vibe for the entirety of the trailer. I think I give the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer 7.5 Iron Man cameos out of 10. The Thor Ragnarok trailer does exactly what I wanted the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer to do. It kept the goofy vibe going for the whole thing. The music choice is really good and stays there for the whole thing. The new jokey vibe for Thor is very obvious in this trailer as well, and it prepares the viewer for this tone shift from the second movie. The inclusion of Hulk was also great, building up some hype for the movie if you are a fan but apprehensive of the whole tonal shift thing happening. The Thor Ragnarok trailer does a great job at capturing the new comedic vibe of Thor and throwing some borrowed trust in there with Hulk showing up. I'm not sure if I would change anything about this trailer, but I just don't think I can give it a 10 out of 10 because I'm reserving those for trailers that personally got me just insanely hyped when I watched them for the first time. I give the Thor Ragnarok trailer 9 friends from work out of 10. This was a banger of a trailer. The shots were epic, the music was epic, and it was edited really well together. It had a good amount of footage that doesn't give any plot away, and Black Panther really stood out 2 years earlier in Civil War, so there was already so much hype for this movie, and this trailer did a great job at adding to all that hype by showing us the brand new world Marvel is going to show us through Wakanda. I don't have anything negative to say about this teaser at all. I just have to give the Black Panther trailer 10 Wakandan lip tattoos out of 10. The Infinity War trailer is very good. It has all the highs that all of my 10 out of 10 rated trailers have had so far in the epic character shots, voiceover, music, and editing. But the one thing I would say about this one is that the vibe is not as cohesive as the Age of Ultron teaser. That teaser was able to capture one single vibe throughout the entire thing, so the viewer knew exactly what to expect. With the Infinity War teaser, because the movie pretty much takes place in 2 different places following 2 different groups of the Avengers, there isn't as much visual cohesion for this one. And I imagine that the people editing the teaser figured that people would just be hyped because it's an Avengers movie, which proved to be true. But I just think in Age of Ultron, there was a much more attention to detail and it made a better teaser overall. The Age of Ultron teaser was just so cohesive and seamlessly edited together with the voiceover from Ultron and the weird cover of the Pinocchio song. But because of the insane hype around this trailer and just how epic it still is, I'm going to give it 9.9 Hulk appearances that didn't really happen in the movie out of 10. This Ant-Man and Wasp trailer is not very good at all. It starts this trend of using footage from previously released Marvel films in the trailer to build false hype, and I've always hated that so much. I mean, you already have limited time with a trailer. Why waste that time with footage we have already seen? The rest of the trailer is fine and serviceable, nothing crazy to write home about, and the footage from Civil War kind of ruined the whole thing for me. The trailer does have some decent slow-mo and action shots, but not much honestly. I give the Ant-Man and Wasp trailer 4 weirdly color-graded Captain America Civil War footage out of 10. The Captain Marvel teaser isn't bad, honestly. It sets your expectations right away that the movie takes place in the 90s with the blockbuster and the de-aged Nick Fury. The voiceover from Nick Fury and Carol Danvers is cohesive with what is happening on screen and can be pretty exciting. For a character that was unknown to the MCU up until now, they did a good job at building hype for the movie in this trailer. From the trailer, it looks like they are selling a pretty good entry into the MCU. This teaser did a way better job than the Ant-Man teaser did at building hype for a new character in the MCU. It did a good job at selling me a new character, but not necessarily building hype. And that is mostly because she's a new character anyways. I'd give the Captain Marvel teaser 8 de-aged Samuel L. Jacksons out of 10. The first Endgame trailer is really great. This time around, the trailer's focus is mostly on Earth, so it feels a lot more cohesive, like the Age of Ultron trailer. Apart from the scene and the voiceover with Tony, pretty much everything else is on Earth. Speaking of that beginning part with Tony, it is really great and it brings a lot of emotion to this teaser. Also, the touch of the Marvel logo dusting away was great, hitting you with all the emotions right at the beginning. Then the clip of Cap crying, "Come on Marvel, you are making me emotional while preparing this video." This is by far the most emotional MCU trailer we have seen by far. That might only be beat by one more trailer we will talk about a little later. Anyways, this is a very emotional trailer and it does a great job at teasing Endgame and making you feel all the emotions you felt from Infinity War once again. The only negative I have is the scene added at the end with Ant-Man. It was an interesting addition to the trailer that I didn't find too necessary. Still though, the Avengers Endgame trailer gets 10 new Black Widow hairstyles out of 10. The Spider-Man Far From Home trailer isn't bad at all, and it also has that trailer before trailer thing, but it must be just a Sony thing because it hasn't been in any of the other trailers other than the Spider-Man ones. Anyways, this trailer, like the previous Spider-Man trailer, does a great job at capturing the high school vibe, but I think this one does a better job at transitioning from the high school vibe to the more serious parts of the trailer. But even in the serious parts, instead of playing just standard action music, they use a version of the Spider-Man theme song that does a great job job at bridging the high school movie and the action movie vibes together. The tease of Mysterio was a cool touch as well, making it pretty unclear of his role in the movie. So I give the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer 8.5 twist villains with disdain for Tony Stark out of 10. The Black Widow trailer is essentially just an action movie trailer. There are no references to anything else in the MCU other than the logo. I really dig this trailer. All the scenes they choose are actually exciting action and character shots. In some of these trailers, because they can't give away too much plot, they just end up using not as exciting shots. But because this is a prequel and the nature of the movie being grounded in action-based, they were able to use a lot of exciting scenes for the trailer, and it looks really, really great. I am really digging what Marvel is selling me with this trailer. There's no pandering to the Avengers movie she was in or anything like that. Just cool shots and voiceover that encapsulate the vibe of the movie. The only thing this doesn't have that the 10 out of 10 trailers have is the emotional pull behind it. My scale is kind of broken because in some cases that makes the trailer better than those because it doesn't have to rely on emotions, but this is my video, so I rate things how I want. I'm going to give the Black Widow trailer 9 weirdly timed with the pandemic movie releases out of 10. This trailer is pretty similar to the Black Widow trailer. No pandering here, but that is less surprising because it is a new property, so there's nothing to pander from. All the scenes are very epic and have great action here. The music that is in the trailer is great, and it's edited extremely nicely with the visuals. This is a great way to introduce a new property, and I think this is the best trailer we have that is tasked with introducing a new character we have never seen before. The final scene in the teaser with Awkwafina yelling seemed unnecessary, but it did adequately prepare us for her role in the movie, so I suppose it still did what a trailer is supposed to do. I think the Shang-Chi trailer easily gets a 9.5 1-inch punch out of 10. The Eternals trailer was honestly very intriguing. I remember when the trailer dropped being pretty interested in the movie, having not heard much about the Eternals, but the trailer caused me to be very interested. Even after watching the movie and knowing its writing is not at the same level as the visuals, this trailer makes me want to watch it again. The visual effects shots that they show off here are stunning, and you can't help but be drawn into this world that the trailer is teasing us here. This is one of my most forgotten about MCU movies, but I'm gonna be honest, this trailer really draws me in, and I have to give it 10 poorly written scripts given to immaculate and breathtaking visuals out of 10. Another trailer before the trailer. Definitely a Sony thing. This teaser is really interesting because it essentially just sums up the entire first act of the movie, then throws in some teases of the cameo villains from Tobey Maguire's movies. I don't really like it when a large portion of trailers are just straight up scenes from the movie. It definitely rubs me the wrong way because now when I go see the movie, I already pretty much know the entire first act. Especially for a trailer titled a teaser, I think this was much more than a tease. The shots they edited together towards the end of the trailer were cool, and the vibe of the trailer fits the movie's vibe as well. Instead of going for the comedic high school vibes they used to in the last 2 trailers, which would not have fit this movie nearly as much. But because of the entire first act being crammed into this teaser, I think it can only get 5 Willem Dafoe cackles out of 10. The Multiverse of Madness trailer does a decent job at getting you excited for a new entry in the Doctor Strange franchise. Much like the movie though, the teaser doesn't really fulfill the title of Multiverse of Madness. We see a lot of generic CGI space mush, and that is about it. None of the stuff they put in the trailer really screams Multiverse of Madness. We all knew that Wanda's story from WandaVision was going to be continued through this movie, so her inclusion wasn't really a surprise. I don't know, this trailer just didn't do much to excite me at all with the promise of Multiverse of Madness from the title. I just give the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer 6 glossing over what Wanda did in Westview out of 10. The fourth Thor trailer is pretty good. It has great colorful images, a sick song playing behind it, and some funny voiceover. It plays into what we have come to expect from Thor since Ragnarok, and I would personally say that's a good thing. The opening shot with Thor in different ages running looks really good, honestly. No plot details are directly revealed other than Natalie Portman reprising her role and taking on the moniker of the Mighty Thor, which a lot of us already knew was happening from the press conferences and news releases. I would say it did a good job at building hype for the movie as well. Overall, another serviceable trailer that I wouldn't really change much about. The scene at the end with the Guardians was pretty funny too. I would give the Thor Love and Thunder trailer 8 single braids in Thor's hair out of 10. Only 8 because it doesn't really get me super excited. It's just kind of nice to look at and to listen to. What a trailer. As you all know, this trailer is so emotional because of the real-life tragic death of Chadwick Boseman. The weight of his life and early death are felt in this trailer, and the people at Marvel did an amazing job at not capitalizing on Chadwick's passing. This trailer was absolutely made in good faith and is extremely well put together. The 2 different songs come together in such a special way and mesh with the visuals perfectly. I have absolutely nothing negative to say about this trailer. I can't even make a funny reference for the rating. I just give the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer a 10 out of 10. The Quantumania trailer is decent. This one suffers from a combination of what Spider-Man No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness suffer from. It's pretty much just reveals the setup for the movie in the first part of the trailer, how they get to the quantum realm, and then the rest of the trailer is just a bunch of CGI mush that doesn't really mean anything. None of it is really exciting, just generic shots of the CGI world. The third and fourth Thor trailers do a good job at, even though these movies take place in CGI worlds, they're able to use humor and creative looking shots to keep the trailer exciting, but this one doesn't have that at all. It's still serviceable enough, I guess, but I mean, it shows off Kang, which is cool. I give the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania 4 fake words created for movie titles out of 10. Guardians coming back with another banger of a trailer. This one does a great job at using creative shots to capture the viewer's attention. It's completely different than the first and second trailer in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, but is still so great. The visuals are very unique in this trailer. Some of the stuff like the anthropomorphic animals is a little confusing without the context of the actual movie, but that is what makes it intriguing. This trailer does a great job at pulling the viewer into the trailer, showing them things that they aren't used to seeing with the Guardians of the Galaxy, or ever for that matter. The song choice is also just chef's kiss. This trailer is 10 great song choices out of 10. No complaints from me. The Marvels trailer is fine. It gives away the plot point where the 3 heroes are switching places, which I guess was teased at the end of Miss Marvel. I don't know, I'm not extremely impressed with this trailer. It throws a few jokes in there, has some decent action, but overall it doesn't do much to get me excited about the Marvels. I don't know what they could have done better because the shots they picked were cool enough. This is just kind of doing the same MCU slop thing as some of the other trailers, but this one feels more corporate almost. I'm just gonna give it 4 bad performances at the box office out of 10. This is a good trailer. It has a decent setup, so you kind of get the gist of the movie. However, it is again just most of the first act. The second half of the trailer is all really great action sequences, and I kind of just wish that's what the trailer was. The trailer definitely leaves you knowing exactly what you're going to get yourself into with this movie. Also, the tease of Wolverine at the end was cool. I think maybe for a movie literally titled Deadpool and Wolverine, that they would have included him more in the trailer because it's not really a secret if it's in the name, but I guess it does build suspense. I mentioned the action shots and those were really good, blood and healing factor shenanigans included. I would say this is just a plain solid trailer. I give the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer 8 fourth wall jokes out of 10. Now this is a great trailer. The trailer editors just made an action movie trailer, and it works so well. It gets me extremely hyped for the release of this movie. I've tried to look at all of these trailers as just trailers and not let their movies impact my opinions on them, so I don't think I am biased towards liking this trailer just because I haven't seen the movie yet. This is just genuinely such a good trailer. It doesn't seem like the entire first act is in this trailer either. The action shots are really great, and the timing and editing of those shots and the music is really great. The clock sound corresponding with the text on top of the various shots from the movie is so cool. This trailer was beyond my expectations going in and does a great job at hyping me up. I think they knew they had to bring out a great trailer because the reception of The Falcon and Winter Soldier was pretty meh. And boy, did they get me excited. I did enjoy that show more than most, but this trailer makes me forget all of the weird mistakes they made in that show and just gets me excited to watch boots on the ground political thriller in the MCU. Also, the Red Hulk tease was a very nice touch. The CGI looks a little iffy, but I imagine the CG artists were literally working on that until the day before the trailer dropped, so it doesn't bother me too much. This gets 10 great sound editing out of 10. I really hope the movie lives up to this teaser. The Thunderbolts trailer came out the day I'm writing this part of the video, and it's definitely not a bad trailer. After the banger of a trailer Captain America 4 had, this trailer I would say is just okay. Like I said earlier, it's not bad, but it doesn't have a unique stamp on it like the Cap 4 trailer does. It feels like just another Marvel trailer. Still, it gets me very excited for the movie because I am a Marvel fan, but other than the baseline, this is a Marvel movie excitement I already had, this trailer didn't do anything to add more to that excitement. I think Thunderbolts just gets 6.5 fake Russian accents out of 10.
We make a good team!
Well, that was all of the trailers, and I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts. Let me know your favorite Marvel trailers in the comments. I love replying to every comment, so let's get a conversation going. Thank you so much for staying around for the whole video. I really appreciate it. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth.